I am Mo from Nexi Concept Limited, and the topic we are about to discuss on today is Study in Ireland, University College Cork. Today promises to be extremely interesting, so I'd like you all to just stay with me throughout this presentation, and it really does promises to be extremely interesting. We'll be discussing more about a little bit about the University College Cork. We'll be discussing about why any students would want to study at the University College Cork. We'll talk about their scholarships, we'll talk about some of the courses that are available, and so much more. So we need to be here today to actually discuss more about all of this, so that you understand more and a little bit better about the University College Cork, and you will see reasons why you should actually come and enroll for this particular session. Okay, so a brief history about University College Cork. It is a constituent university of the National University of Ireland. The university was founded in 1945 as one of the 3 Queen's Colleges located in Belfast, Cork, and Galway. So now, the question is, why would anyone want to go to University College Cork? Why would you want to go to University College Cork? You know, do you know that a degree from University College Cork ensures our international graduates are world ready and work ready? University College Cork, also known as UCC, has a very high quality of academic programs and research. The beauty of the campus and its vibrant student life is breathtaking. You actually need to be there to see what I'm talking about. UCC has over 3,000 international students each year. It welcomes students from over 104 countries. It also has it's actually very, very livable. That is, it is a very livable, cosmopolitan, safe, and connected region. Do you know that UCC students are among the happiest? An online study choice portal revealed that international students studying in Europe are the most satisfied with their university experience in Ireland. So why then are students happiest in Ireland? Irish universities are particularly appreciated for their community atmosphere, innovations, programs, support structures for students, as well as their multicultural, diverse, and vibrant student life. Now, as an educational destination, Ireland has significant strength in terms of academic excellence and quality of life, as various rankings and surveys have noted. Higher education in Ireland competes with the best. When combined with competitive cost, friendliness of communities like Cork, the natural and historical beauty of the country, and the convenient location of Ireland shows that the offerings that Ireland has to offer is very much hard to beat. University College Cork is the world's first green flag campus. It pioneers sustainable practices and provides a safe and friendly environment. If you are a student that environment actually matters to you, the green program at UCC can enable you to get involved in green projects and learn best practices. So when you leave as an international student and just as a UCC graduate, you would have gained the tools to help and the knowledge to help to make a difference in your community and globally. So UCC is also voted the safest campus in Ireland. and one of the safest in the world. UCC has a very strong tradition of community engagement and an excellent student experience. They have outstanding sports facilities as well. Do you know that UCC has been awarded 5 times Irish University of the Year by Sunday Times? In terms of the ranking as well, UCC is ranked 2% of the universities of the world wide, according to the major world of university ranking services. Now, according to QS World University Ranking 2019, UCC is the 3rd best university in Ireland and the 338th best in the world. Isn't that amazing? To be honest, in terms of their services, UCC offers health services for students and general appointments. They are all free of charge. There are over 80 active societies and 40 different sports clubs at the university. It is actually situated at the heart of the serene city of Cork. It is connected to Dublin and Limerick and Waterfall through high-speed trains. The school, or the university, better still, is an amazing place to be. Now, in terms of accommodation, UCC provides campus accommodations to students on the basis of a random lottery. To accept a room, one should send a confirmation and deposit amount within the first week after announcement of allocation. So for students who stay off campus, UCC offers a search engine where students can find registered landlords. So the thing is this, we would actually help you to provide the details that are necessary for your accommodation when you actually want to go into UCC, University College Cork. It's actually an amazing place to be, no doubt. And I would ask you one question. What exactly are you waiting for? Why don't you come on board and let's register for you into University College Cork. I see you joining in. Hi, welcome. I hope I haven't been rushing in too much. Hi, I'm waving back at you all. Thank you so much for joining. Now, if you have any questions to ask me, I'd like you to kindly drop your question in the comment section, and I'll be sure to attend to it. I just want to go through this presentation with you, and at the same time, just ensure that you have you have a better understanding of what I'm talking about, and then I'll attend to your questions as soon as I'm done with the presentation. Thank you so much for being here. Okay, now that is about the accommodation though, but let me tell you a little bit about Cork. Now, Cork is the second largest city in Ireland. It is located on the south coast of the island. The city is a busy seaport and a large home of industries, including electronics, pharmaceuticals, breweries, food processing. In fact, so many organizations actually have their businesses right there at the city center of Cork. Yeah, it's actually named the European Capital of Culture. That was in 2005. The city was praised by Lonely Planet as one of the top 10 cities in the world to visit. The city boasts international art films and jazz festivals, lively performance of art, and growing culture. As a matter of fact, the place is a very, very amazing place to be, and I don't see a reason why you shouldn't send your documents so that we can help you to put in your application as soon as possible. They have amazing restaurants there, they have markets, they have boutiques. It's actually situated at the head of the inlet of Cork Harbour, with the sea just to the south. They have mountains, they have hills, they have valleys to the north, to the east, and well-known lakes. As a matter of fact, Cork is an amazing place to be, you know. You really don't want to miss out on that. It's really an amazing place to be. So aside from all that I've just listed, you have the landmarks and all that. So you have you actually need to take your camera when you're going there, because it's actually a very beautiful place to be, you know. Have information the university is an amazing opportunity, to be honest. So in terms of requirements, the minimum overall CGPA of 3.0 is actually required. A minimum overall 3.0 is required. And then for their calendar, in terms of their intake and they have the fall and they have the spring, the same way I talked about Ireland the last time. They have the fall, they have their spring intake. And now early start orientation is August 11 for those that actually decided to go for the fall intake. That's September. So we have early start orientation for August 14. For some, their classes actually start by August 17, and for some it starts by September 4. So between August and September, intakes are already getting admitted into this particular university college. And also for spring, spring is around January, February, so we need to take note that it's around January, February, and which is the intake that we have for now, and hence the reason why we are having this conversation. The orientation for those that have actually been admitted by now is actually for 7th of January and 8th. Between that time is when they start their orientation. So why don't you send us your documents so that we can process it for you as soon as possible, and it's actually an amazing opportunity for you to go to this university. Okay, so and then for this spring intake, the semester classes, they actually start by latest January 11. By January 11 they've already started classes, and you remember that you need to go through the classes so that you can sit for the exams and all of that. And it is most important to note that you need to gather all your documents together, send us your documents, send us a DM, and we can process your admissions for you so that you can get in as soon as possible. And the truth is, it actually promises to be an amazing opportunity for you in terms of career growth. So what exactly are you waiting for? Come on board and let's make your dreams come alive. So in terms of the courses, they offer a large section of courses that cuts across many majors. They have accounting, they have business, you name it. They have, they have most of these courses that are available to them. And for undergraduates, those that are going for their direct MScs, there are amazing courses that are available to you. So some of the courses are also biochemistry, they have arts, they have health courses, they have computing. So it depends on the course that you actually want to go for. And as long as you know the course you want to go for, send us a DM and we'll put it in for you, check through your documents and ensure that there's a progression. And also in terms of scholarship, they actually do have scholarships that are available, but now the scholarships are actually based on merit at the discretion of the school. It actually depends on what it is that you finished with, and it is mostly given at the discretion of the school. And I will still talk about more about it. And they have different types of scholarships, so all this information would definitely be passed across to you, knowing fully well that you're going to a school where you can get scholarships, and you're going to a school where you can have amazing offers to choose from. So I would like to urge you to kindly send in your documents, send us a DM if interested in the University College Cork, and it promises to be so much fun and so much worth it at the end, so yeah, send us your documents. Like I said, send us a DM, and so that we can put it in for you as soon as possible. So now, in terms of the scholarship, I'd like to buttress more on that. International Student Merit-Based Scholarship is actually, like I said, based on merit. Now, UCC First Class Honors, or equivalent of 1H, gives 20% off tuition fee. Isn't that amazing? And second class honors, that's upper division, or equivalent of 2H1, gives 10% off tuition fee. Now, for those that have second class honors, lower division, equivalent of 2H2, gives 1,000 euros off their tuition fee. They give 1,000 euros off tuition fee for those that have 2-2. But for those that have 2-1, they give 10% off whatever tuition fee that you have. For those that have first class, they give 20% of off the tuition fee. Isn't that amazing? It's actually a very, very good opportunity. And the tuition fee actually ranges depending on the particular course that you actually want to go for. So in a nutshell, the university is not only known for its academic purposes, it's also known for extracurricular structures. It gives you an opportunity to not just study, but also to be able to see life in a completely different way. So you are going to a particular country where you are getting more exposed to not only diversity and inclusion, but you get to see a whole lot of cultural differences, and you get to learn a whole lot more in respect to whatever knowledge it is that you have prior to your study options. So I would like to urge you to kindly send us a DM, like I always say, send us a DM and let us help you to make your dreams come through. So if studying in Ireland is one of your greatest dreams, why don't you send us a DM and say hi to us, and then we can help you to put in your application as soon as possible. As January is just around the corner and time is really, really running fast, so we'd like to urge you to kindly send us a DM so that we can make this possible for you. So some of the courses that are available for international students, you know, I told you about the courses earlier, but as a matter of fact, if I say I want to start listing all the courses today, we will not leave here. You know, that's the truth. Because they have over 130 undergraduate courses available. And guess what? For postgraduates, they have over 220 postgraduate courses available. So you can imagine, is it doctorate you want to go for? Is it PhD you want to go for? Whatever course you want to go for. As a matter of fact, if you want to go for specialization in a particular field, it's actually going to be made available for you too. So depending on whatever it is that your dream is, your dreams could actually come through by just studying at the University College Cork. And like we always say, that your English proficiency is always very, very important. So say you have your WAEC, you should also ensure that you get your IELTS, because it's actually very, very mandatory that you have your IELTS, and which is academic for those that actually want to go to Ireland. It's actually very, very important that you do get your IELTS. You know, it's important. And the bandwidth for IELTS for this particular university college is a 6.5. Which each band of 5.5. So it's actually very important that you put this into consideration, and it has to be academic, like I said. And yeah, I just told you about IELTS and the bandwidth. Now, for TOEFL, if what you want is TOEFL, the minimum requirement is 90. For Duolingo, if you want to go for that, the minimum requirement is 120. And some will actually say they want to go for Cambridge. You need to have that test of English. It's actually very, very important. Okay, so for Cambridge is 176 plus, and for PTE the minimum requirement is 63. So you would notice that I was mentioning 1H, 2H1, 2H2. So the university has actually divided entry requirements into these categories. So we have the 2H2, 2H1 and 1H. And that is how they have actually decided to make their requirements. This is actually, yeah, the 2H1 and 1H and all that is for first class, second class, and second class lower, second class upper. So the major basic requirements are: you need your transcripts, your statements of purpose, your CV, your references. All the normal documents that we'll always ask for are also basically required. And the earlier we get those documents, the earlier we put in your application, so that we can actually make your dreams come through for January. So now please note that international applicants need to pay a non-refundable application fee as per their program, such as undergraduates, they pay 45 euros, and postgraduates, they pay 50 euros. It is non-refundable, and it is part of the application process. So we need to pay an application fee, and it is important to note that. Now, in terms of the fees for UCC, undergraduates, okay, so say courses such as College of Business Law, they pay a minimum of 20,130 euros. Okay, so if you want to go for engineer, that's for undergraduates, you'll be going at paying as high as 22,000 and above. You know, for medicine, you'll be paying within the range of 6,300 to as high as 48,000 and above. You know, so it actually depends on the particular course you want to go for. And then for those that actually want to go for postgraduate, they pay within the range of 5,130 to as high as 22,000 and above. euros. And also, I'd like you to note that for Ireland, you do not need a TB test done. You don't need a TB test done. What you need is your health insurance, which is 160 euros. I remember in my last post that I made a mistake there in respect to the tuberculosis test. Only UK needs a TB test done. For Ireland, you do not need a TB test done. So the reason why we keep emphasizing that you should send in your documents as soon as possible is because the deadline for admissions varies per school, and it also varies per course, per the department and the courses that you actually want to go for. So would actually advise that you send in your documents as soon as possible before the deadline of the admission to be processed, so that we can put it in for you as soon as possible. So we advise that you please send in your documents as soon as possible. The undergraduate deadline is in mid-June or earlier, so either before mid-June or mid-June is when the deadline is for most undergraduate courses. And postgraduate admission is the deadline is always around May-June for those that want to go for September. But for those that want to go for January right now, the earlier the better. We can't emphasize this enough. As a matter of fact, you should start processing now. You should have started processing by now for those that want to go to UCC. So please send us a DM so that we can help you to make your dreams come true. Okay, so some students truly might actually ask us, when exactly will I hear from the school the moment I hear I submit my application? The time taken by the university to revert with a decision in respect to your application is within 3 to 5 weeks from the submission of that application. So I'd like you to put that into consideration as well. So now please note that applicants with strong academic records and impressive application documents can easily get access and get admitted into UCC, because they hold a very high prestige and they would always want students that are aptitude. Because as a matter of fact, over 20,000 students, including 3,000 students from over 104 countries, like I said earlier, are actually in just 2020. Just 2020. Just imagine how many students would have gone in by now for 2021. You understand? So the truth is that students are actually rushing it because of the amazing offers that UCC has to offer. And knowing fully well that you actually went to an amazing top-notch school, wouldn't that be a great idea? With your full chest, say that, okay, you know what, I actually went to a worldly renowned school. Wouldn't that be an amazing opportunity for you? And internationally, like, you would be worldly recognized, to be honest. And yes, you can actually work while you study. So yes, you can get 40 hours per week and 20 hours per week. But the 40 hours per week now is when you are not in school, during your holiday time. Yeah. And the 20 hours per week is actually during terms. So that's why I said you can get 40 hours per week and 20 hours per week. So during holidays, you get 40 hours per week. During school time, you get 20 hours per week. And like I said, the University College is actually situated at the western part of Cork. The main campus is just a kilometer drive from the city center. So it's really, really close to the city center. Its first campus is in the world to be awarded the Green Campus flag by the Foundation of Environmental Education. The university is actually made up of various academic schools and departments that offer degree ranking programs. But the major 4 academic colleges are, they have the College of Arts, they have the College of Medicine, they have the College of Business and Law, they have the College of Science, And you remember that I talked about accommodation earlier. So yes, in respect to their on-campus accommodation, they have various on-campus accommodations. They have the UCC Victoria Lodge, they have the UCC Victoria Mills, they have the UCC Castle-wide Apartment, they have the UCC University Hall, and so much more. So there are so many opportunities that are amazing for you to choose from in respect to your accommodation within the campus. Okay, so depending on the cost, on campus, the cost is between 600 to 680 euros, and then private complex, the cost is between 600 to 1000 euros, and private rentals, the cost is between 500 to 600 euros. And please, I would like you to know that the tuition fee is paid in full for UCC. The tuition fee is paid in full. Please kindly know that. So these are basic things about UCC that I actually see to be extremely amazing. It's actually a very good place to be. It's a wonderful place to be. So I would really like you to send us your DM and send us a DM and send us your documents, so that we make your career our priority, and so that we help to make your dreams come through. That is exactly why we are here. We are here to actually help you to progress forward in your future career plans. Working with us at Nexi Concept Limited would ensure that we follow you through from the beginning to the end. So that's basically it about UCC. I hope that this has been extremely educative and you've been able to get one or two things from this presentation. And I would like to go through your questions now, and I hope that I wasn't rushing too much, so I can see that I would like to go through your questions so I can see that I can answer some questions now. This has been extremely interesting, but I hope that you've had so much fun as I did. Well, let me go through your questions now, so just see some questions that might be available. Like I said before, that if you have questions, just drop in the comment section and I'll see to answer it. And also, you could always send us a DM and then we'll see how best we can answer your questions. So just give me a minute. Let me just try and check through to see if I can answer someone is asking for the benefits of choosing Ireland over UK. Now, the truth is this: it actually depends on your preferences. Some people actually say, you know what, I want peace. I want to stay. I want to actually go to a school where I can go out and see a whole lot of landscapes. I want to go to a place where they have so many cultural values that I want to go to a place that would give me an eye opener to a whole lot of different opportunities. You can decide on wherever it is that you want to go to. Both UK and Ireland, they are equally very good. Do you understand? But it depends on preferences, and it depends on, you know, some people would say, you know what, I have a family in the UK. I like to stay close to my family. As a matter of fact, they would even say, in respect to school, that I have a family and I need a school that is close to where my family is. You know, so it depends on your preferences. They are equally both very, very good. So I hope that answers your question, though. You asked a question also that anyone with less than 3.0 CGPA shouldn't bother. The truth is this: UCC has a very high ranking, you know, and they have this this prestige to meet up with. If you notice, I didn't even say anything about third class. Do you understand? They have a very high ranking and they are top notch. So if you know that you have a CGPA of 3.0, then you should consider. But anything below 3.0 will be like drawing the line. Like it will be strain us a bit, but we could still see how we can help you to get it. But most of the time, it's 3.0 for their CGPA. Then someone asked that what are the chances to process it, and what are the school fees like? Yeah, I discussed about the school fees earlier. You could always have a playback of this recording, and then you'll be able to listen to the stuff I talked about in respect to the school fees. And the chances of you being able to get it, of course, is very high. But the truth is this: you need to be interested. You know, you need to actually want it. And as long as you're interested in it and you actually do want it, then why not? Just give it a try, and we will always help you to process this and help you to make your dreams come true. Just so many people are actually going to Ireland right now, you know, because it's in terms of crime rates and all of that, it's a very peaceful place to be. So if you don't want stress for yourself, and in terms of crime rates, you don't want any unnecessary issues in terms of diversity and inclusions, in terms of racism and all of that, you could always just go to Ireland, because the place is really, really peaceful, and their people are so loving. They are so accommodating as well. So it's actually a very good place to be. Someone is asking, do we need IELTS? Yes, please. You need a form of English language. Listen, you need your IELTS. So you could do Duolingo, you could do IELTS. I spoke about those as well. So please, you could have a playback of the video to listen to all the stuff I said about the English that is required, their minimum requirements for all these things. So they're actually there. You definitely need your IELTS also. So someone says, can someone apply with BSc third class? Yeah, hence the reason why I said, in respect to third class, then we'll be looking at a different school for you. Because the truth is this, UCC is actually very top notch. Then we could actually see if they have a pre-masters in their school. You get, we could check for you to see if they have a pre-masters available for you to do. But having a direct, for UK now, the opportunity you have is that we could say, okay, for instance now, if you have a 2.0 with your third class, you can get a particular school as long as you have 5 years work experience to get a direct masters. But that opportunity is not going to be available to you for UCC because they are actually very, very top notch. So even if they will consider your third class, they'll be considering your third class for a pre-masters. Do you understand? So that's what you will get at most, and then you can now progress to your masters. So that's exactly how it will work. Someone says, I heard studying in Ireland is very expensive. What should be the budget before dreaming of Ireland? The truth is this, like I said, the tuition fee is paid in full. So if you are ready to pay your tuition fee, regardless of the tuition fee, as long as you're ready to pay your tuition fee in full, of course you can go to Ireland. Do you get? And if you can't afford that, we could always process another place for you. Do you get? We could always process UK for you. We could always process USA for you. So depending on your budget, that's why the moment you send us a DM and we get to listen to you and we get to understand where you're coming from in respect to what you have, in respect to the budgets that you have, then we would see how we can tailor your needs, in order for it to be met towards that particular budget. So but the truth is this, have it at the back of your mind that as long as you can afford to pay your tuition fee in full, then you can go to Ireland. So I hope that answers your question. So someone is asking, what is life after studies? Possible of staying back? The thing is, you can always apply for your PR in Ireland, but as it is, you still need to. You definitely, it's like you are working in Ireland. You are working while you are schooling. Then after schooling, you can have a conversation with your the people that you are working with. If they want to retain you, then you can talk to them about the processes of doing that. But most of the time, is that you come back to your home country and that organization invites you back. That kind of thing. It could actually happen. So it depends on the communication that you have with the organization that you're working with in respect to your stay back. And then you could always, after a couple of years, apply for your PR. So I hope that answers your question. So that's basically majorly the questions that I see here. Hi, I'm waving back at you. So I hope that answers your question, and I hope that this has been extremely interesting to you as has been to me. Hi, I see you just joining. Why are you just joining though? Because I've said a whole lot of things in respect to Ireland. So what I would advise is that, just have a replay of this presentation for you to have a better understanding of all that has been spoken about in respect to studying at UCC. And I hope this has been extremely interesting and engaging for you. Hi, I'm waving back at you as it has been for me. I would have said I should ask someone to join and say hi. Would you want me to do that? Would you want me to invite you to join and say hi to me? Let me see if I can ask someone to just join me and say hi. Okay. Say hi. I'm sending a request. Or you can send me a request if you actually want me to join if you actually oh, someone is joining already. Hi. Hi.
Hi.
I hope the presentation has been extremely educative and you've been able to
it has. I mean, I've been on your page for God knows how long now. So, but you're trying to switch me from the UK, which I have actually actively started making inquiries. They're trying to switch me to Ireland. That's why I'm asking. Yes, honestly. So that's why I'm asking in the comment section.
Okay.
What benefits do I get if I choose Ireland over UK for my study package?
I told you that it actually has to do with your preferences, yeah. The truth is that yes, but the truth is it depends on. Do you have families in the UK?
Just a brother who is also a student who just traveled this year.
So okay, and you might
like
so you see now. Okay, you see now, that's the reason why I said it actually depends on the preferences. It depends on what you
Okay.
want. You get, yes. If you want a place where you all you want is just peace of mind. You know, I just want to go to school.
Okay.
I want to see the culture. I want
Okay.
to learn something new. You know, the truth is this,
Okay.
I don't see how UK is a little bit too different from Nigeria in terms of culture
Mhm.
and all of that. Do you get? But if you want to
Okay.
have a better exposure, do you get? You
Okay.
could always try
Yeah.
Ireland. But UK has its own distinct benefits as well. When I say
Okay.
different from Nigeria, not in terms of our educational system, not in terms of that. I'm not
Okay.
talking about the educational system of
Okay.
Nigeria, but I'm talking about in terms of
Okay.
our cultural values. Do you understand what I
Okay.
mean? Yeah. So, but if you now want to say, you know what, I actually want to try a completely different cultural value. You know, I want to see how
Okay.
they, because they all they know in Ireland is fun in terms of culture. They want to meet new
Are you
people.
serious?
They are so,
Are
yes,
you
they're
serious?
actually so very accommodating. You know, they don't
Okay.
do all this talk about racism, about crime, and all of that. They
Yeah.
are less in Ireland. Do you
Okay.
understand? Yes, they're
Okay.
actually less in Ireland. So if you actually want to experience something new and something different, then you can actually consider going to Ireland. Do you understand?
Okay.
So you could do
Okay.
that. So I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, it
But
does.
it's
It does
really,
to a
really
large
nice to
extent.
have you here and see you.
Of course, I mean,
Your network is a bit bad, so I can't really
before now,
hear you.
even before
Hmm.
now, yeah. It's
Sorry?
fine. I said I've been joining even your live
Hello?
sessions.
Sorry, I can't
Yeah,
really. Oh, the network is bad.
anytime I get the going live, I always join. Yeah,
Oh, shoot.
yeah.
Oh, I can't really hear you. The network is quite bad.
Network.
Yes, the network is quite bad. So I can't really hear you. But
Okay.
yeah, it's been. Kindly do me a favor. Can you just send us a DM? I would really like to chat with you in
Okay.
respect to your inquiries. I
Okay.
would like to give you more
Okay.
information.
Okay. Okay.
So yes, send us a DM. Your network is bad, so I can't really hear you very well. Send us a DM, and
Okay.
then I'll definitely will answer you about all the things that
Okay.
you want to hear
Okay.
and
Okay.
know. Right? But it's been really
Okay.
nice to
Okay.
see
Sure.
you. Hi. Thank you
Nice
so
seeing
much
you.
for
Okay. Bye.
joining.
Bye.
Yeah.
Okay.
All
Okay.
right.
Bye. Bye.
Bye. Thank you. Okay, so you can
Bye.
end it. Yeah. Thank you so
Okay.
much.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you so
Okay.
much. Okay, so thank you. Thank you for that. Actually I have to go now. It was really nice chatting with someone today. It was really, really nice chatting with someone. I have to go now though. But I hope that this has been extremely educative and interesting for you to know more about Ireland and have your choices to make. You know, if it's UK you want to go to, then it's fine. If it's Ireland you want to go to, then it's fine. Why don't you send us a DM and let us make your dreams come through? All right. Until next week, please tune in next week, same time, to have an amazing presentation with just for you to listen to us, where we give you an amazing presentation about schools studying abroad and all of that. So thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for tuning in. It's been an amazing opportunity. And for those that joined late, please kindly replay this video. All your questions will be answered because I think I touched majority of the questions. So please kindly play this recording again, and then you'll be able to see all your questions being answered. Thank you so much for joining. Until same time next week. Bye.